Everyone wants more traffic, more rankings, more clicks. But here's the hard truth. Traffic alone is not going to save your website. But in today's video, what I'm going to show you is exactly why the #1 store for a search is crushing it with conversions, and yet the #4 store for the same search is probably barely making a sale. My name's Adam. I'm an SEO and I've been helping online stores grow their organic traffic and sales for the past decade. Click the link in the description below and you can get a free audit video from me for your store today to find out the 5 to fix. Most store owners fixate on traffic, and I call this the SEO gap, and that is the difference between getting found and getting sales. Now, believe it or not, I started my online adventures making homemade cheese. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 2 stores that sell cheese making kits for home, and we're going to compare and contrast them to see why one is probably converting really well and the other one probably isn't. Now, the 2 stores I've picked on come from Google's first page of results. I've put in the search term cheese making kit, and you can see #1 here is the big cheese making kit, and #4 down here is the cheese making shop, and I'm going to have a look at those in more detail. They're probably both getting great levels of traffic. Clearly #1 is getting more than #4, but the #4 position is still a wonderful place to be if you can crush your conversions. So let's compare and contrast these 2 stores and see what we can learn. Now, I've got them side by side because I think that makes them a lot easier to compare. We've got the #1 store here, the big cheese making kit. This is their landing page. We've got free delivery at the top. We've got simple, fast, fresh cheese made by you. See our cheese making kits. Really clear call to action above the fold. Perfect foodie gift. More copy here talking about the benefit that's available to the shopper. And then we move on to the products themselves. The perfect cheese making kits for cheese lovers. Wonderful photos, very clear, and alternative photos showed of the cheese that they can make or the contents of the kit. And then if we scroll down, we get more trust signals. We notice 5-star review here from 16 reviews, 4.5 stars from 26, and so on and so forth. And then we've got more trust signals, #1 brand in the UK, free delivery, which emphasizes again what we saw at the top. And we've got review posts and social posts. All in all, a really good landing page. Let's compare that to the cheese making shop. They've got no copy at the top, cheese making kits only, nothing aspirational to make you feel like this is the site for you and what you're looking for. The images are small, they are not aspirational, they are dark, and side by side, pardon the pun, they are chalk and cheese. We've also got 5 stars in every single one of the images, but this is not clickable. And that is the end of the page. We've got nothing further down here that gives us a trust signal that makes me want to go, okay, these guys are selling it to me. The way I look at this is one of these is a really good landing page. The other one is just a low effort list of products. Now, a sale isn't made on the category page. Normally, you would expect a customer to click through to a product page. So for these 2, I've selected the ultimate cheese making kit and the similarly priced hard cheese making kit from the cheese making shop. So let's do another compare and contrast for these. And I think you'll agree instantly the difference is stark. Let's start with the big cheese making kit. We've got the ultimate cheese making kit, massive images which are themselves expandable, and great lifestyle image. This is what can be made with our products. This is it in action. This is how much you get. This is, the first taste of why you should be spending nearly £40 on this thing. And then a bit more lifestyle. And there's even a video at the bottom here. It's a 1-minute video. I'm not going to play it now, but feel free to jump across and have a look for yourself. It's fabulous. Now let's compare that to the cheese making shop. And we've got one very functional photo of the contents of the box, and it's dark and it's not particularly well set up. And if I compare that to this image here, these guys are saying, look, here's a load of stuff that you get. There's a great little book here with lots of recipes, it looks like, compared to what appears to be just a printed A4 sheet. And then I get these 3 baskets, but I only get 1 here. I get all this kit here that I don't get that here, and this thermometer looks higher value than this, and I get these tablets, and what's this brown liquid here? The big cheese making kit, they are wowing me. They are, well, okay, this looks like the kind of thing I'm looking for, whereas the cheese making shop, they are underwhelming me. And you can see, you know, they're pretty much the same price, there's only 50p in it. So let's look at what they're selling us. So this one is our biggest and best selling kit, fast and free delivery. There is absolutely no mention at all of delivery, either charges or speed on the cheese making shop side of things. And that's a massive barrier for most people, especially in the world where I can go to Amazon and get anything pretty much next day. Then we've got makes 10 varieties of cheese in a whopping 40 batches, so great emotional language. Whereas this kit has all you need to make a cheese weighing approximately 400 grams. You know, underwhelming barely begins to do it. And then in the description here, we've got more information. Enjoy your inner cheese maker, 10 incredible cheeses, 40 batches of fun. Cheeses included are all of these, brilliant, whereas this one doesn't even tell me what cheese I'm making, I don't think, just one hard cheese. But we supply additional accessories if you run out, and you can buy more from us. I just want the kit, I'm giving it as a gift. I want it to all be included and I can just use it. The recipe book designed to drool over. This just includes a sheet with a basic cheddar cheese recipe. Wow. And then we get to the customer reviews. We've got 49 reviews, average of 4 3/4 or 4 2/3. Nothing below 3-star, and then actual reviews below the product, so I can read what real customers, it says they've been verified. We've got transparency, trust signals here, all fabulous stuff that makes me go, okay, not only have they got great reviews, but I believe the reviews. Whereas the cheese making kit, remember here we had these 5 stars, and you notice they're all 5 stars, and this is not clickable. And actually on the product page itself, there is no reference to reviews. I can't read a review, I've got no star rating, there's no information as to where that 5 stars came from. It feels very, very suspect to tell me on one hand it's 5 stars and on the other hand, yeah, it might not be. And then we're pretty much at the end of the page. But you know, one last trust signal, social channels. I won't open it on the video, but I did check it earlier. The Facebook page for the big cheese making kit had its latest post 2 hours ago. The Facebook page for cheese making shop had its latest post in October 2024. So what can we take away from this real world example? Well, I think it's most useful to think about it like this. Consider that every single visitor to your sales pages arrives with a list of fears of why they shouldn't buy from you. And your job is to bat away every one of those fears to the point where the visitor goes, okay, I can now trust this shop, this store, this company, this person enough to buy from them. And the fears they've got are, you know, what if it's not worth it? What if I can't use it? What if I don't get what I'm expecting? What if other people have used it and they didn't like it? How long will it take to get here? Will it be here in time for Dad's birthday? How much have I got to pay for it? What's it actually worth? Why is it worth that much money? How will I feel when I've achieved what I'm hoping to achieve? When you've cleared away enough of those fears, you're going to make the sale. But if you compound those fears, which the cheese making company is doing, because their images are poor, I can't see what I'm getting, I can't see any trust signals, I can't see what customers before me have done with the product or what they think about it. I'm not seeing any live posting on the social medias. I don't know how much this is going to cost me to get delivered. When will it arrive? It's still Dad's birthday next week. And because those fears are not being battered away, it doesn't take very long for a visitor to go, you know what, I don't understand why I'm paying £40 for this kit and I've got all of these worries that you've not dealt with, when I can go over to this other site and I can pay the same amount of money. They've ticked off all of my fears and apparently I get more for my money. Why wouldn't I buy from them? The simple truth is, getting traffic to your site is not enough. You have to give your visitors the confidence to buy from you before they will. So me as an SEO, I can send you all the traffic in the world, but if your site doesn't convert, it's completely worthless. So finally, how should you plug the SEO gap in your store? Well, I think it's quite simple. Clear images, benefit-led copy. Don't just talk about the features. Talk about the benefits of your product for your customer. Have real reviews, and if you can get them authenticated by a third party, even better. I think the big one for me is treat every category as a landing page. This is not just a collection of your products. This is the page where you sell your company and you sell your products to your visitors. The reality is, oftentimes you don't need more traffic, you just need a better store. If you're concerned that you've got SEO gaps on your online store, well, that's what I specialise in. So let me remind you to click on the link below for a free video audit from me of the 5 things that you need to fix immediately in your online store. If you've enjoyed what you've learned here today, why don't you watch this video on how to escape from page 2 prison. See you next time.